I did this. I grabbed one of these and then I walked over here. In fact, I don't need to grab that because there's some over there. But I walked over here and I said, this is a Smart Tank printer from HP. And you see this, you recognize these cartridges. We've spent our life buying cartridges like this. You go to the store, you forget what number it's. I need a B2934. They're out of stock, of course. But that's $30 approximately. And that's 30 and that's 30. You spend a lot of money on cartridges. Do you know in one bottle of ink, there are 30 cartridges. So 30 cartridges are in this one bottle. Now we were doing the maths and we worked out that because you get the 4 bottles, so 4 bottles means 4 times this, you've got around $3,600 worth in ink. I know that sounds crazy. Welcome to the world of Smart Tank. America has fallen in love with this and people are buying them left, right and center because we don't like spending money on ink. This is an upgraded model. It's the best we've ever done with touch screen and with an auto dock feeder. It's a printer, it's a scanner, it is a photocopier. It's for work, it's for back to school, it's for college, it's for printing out images that are beautiful colors. Rather than going to the drugstore and printing them out, you don't need to do that anymore. You can do it at home. But I'm going to tell you another fact. This is crazy. I love talking about this because it's one of those products where everybody could use this. Everybody benefits. Right. We give you, if you look at the details, it says 2 years of ink. Now, we're giving you 2 years of ink. How do we know there's 2 years of ink? Because we've based it on a family printing out 250 pages a month. Right. That's what 250 pages looks like. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you normally print out that many pages every month? If the answer is yes, the ink will last you 2 years. If you print out less than this, well, the ink's going to last you longer. So let's give an example. Do you print out this many pages a month? That's 100 pages. Because if you print out 100 pages a month, the ink that we're including is going to last you 5 years. In fact, I think there's slightly less than 100 pages there. Now, if you follow me through here, if you print out 50 pages a month, right? And in fact, there's only about 20 or so there. The ink that we're including is going to last you 10 years. If you print out 50 pages a month, the ink that we include will last you a decade. That's why last week we sold thousands and thousands of our Today's Special. Now the team have made an exception tonight. They brought it back for an encore. I have extremely limited quantities and the price will go up at midnight tonight. Mr. Aaron Berger is all set to enter the house in a dramatic fashion. Mr. Berger, please come on down.
Hi,
looking very suave, may I say.
Do you know what I just noticed though?
What did you do? What have you done?
I can't believe we talked for an hour in your green room and you didn't say, and I walked out here and the guy said, and you've got chocolate all over your shirt. When I put my jacket in, we'll walk this way since we're working over here. When I put my jacket in my car, because I wore a jacket last week,
yes,
which is 2 times more in a year than
it was a special occasion, yes.
I had chocolate chip cookies, a plate that someone had given me, and so I've wiped it all. It's better wet than with the chocolate.
Can I make you feel better?
Please.
Just down here on my pants, I don't know if you earlier today.
Nothing compared.
No, I spilled pepperoni pizza on it, and it's come off, but you can still see the mark.
Smells pretty good.
So we're both
now
in
that
the
we've
same
got past that.
Aaron,
Hi,
that was an intro for the ages. This is, although a brief presentation, the most compelling printer offer we've done.
There is really nothing like, unless you like spending money on ink, said no one ever, right? Honestly, as we get into the back to school season, and you know you're gonna have to buy cartridges, right? For the old printer, copier, scanner, because this is full print, copy, scan, fax, it's the whole bit. If you're gonna have to buy a cartridge anytime in the next year, don't do it. Right. It simply doesn't make any sense. And in fact, I'll spend just a moment, I'll walk over here, wet jacket spot, and that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Stand like this, that's natural, right?
Nobody can see it.
And when you just think about it, I know Adam went through the math for you, but I want to just say it again. Why in the world would you go buy one card? If a cartridge costs, conservatively, we'll say about $30 or so, why in the world would you go do that when we send you 4 of these bottles? Each of these bottles equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It equals 30 cartridges. We should have 4 of these boards out here because we're including 4 bottles of ink. You know the reason we don't? Because building this one board cost us $30 times 30 cartridges. It costs $900. And we thought, well, we're not going to spend $3,600. We're smart. We can get the point across.
Right.
And you don't have to spend money after money after money after money on ink either. Now, here's the biggest thing about it. The biggest. I can talk about how much money you save, how much easier it is to use. You can print from your iPhone. You can print from your Android phone. You can print from your computer. You can print, and everybody in the house can print to one printer. 8,000 print, but none of it would matter if the photos didn't look like this.
Yes.
That was Max last year doing his Home Alone moment for us. If the photos didn't look like this.
Gorgeous.
If the these all printed out live, and in fact, I will print many. In fact, I will just reprint these 4 photos right now. I just grab my phone, I press reprint, and you'll see it will start literally in one moment. It will just start to print again. If your photos didn't look like this, now mind you, this photo costs 1 penny in ink to print. This photo costs not $4 or $4.99 like it does when you go to the drugstore. It costs 1 penny to print. This costs 1 penny to print. So you never stop and think again, wait a minute, should I print that photo? Should I print it in full color? Should I print the bit? Yeah, you should always print the photo of your grandkids, of your fur babies, of the things you love, of your art project, of your crafting, because printing is darn near free because the ink costs a penny now. And having those physical tokens, we live in this wonderful age where we all have phones in our pockets, right? And in fact, we're live printing here. So we'll grab an overhead shot so you guys can see the quality of this live print. We all live in this wonderful time and age where maybe we can get that with the jib, guys. It'll be an awesome shot. You can take photos all the time, right? And we do. We all take thousands and thousands of photos.
Endless.
But the problem is they live on our phone, and sometimes we'll text them to somebody, we'll show them. That's great. But printing out your photo and having it in a frame in the house, or giving it to grandma. The frame costs $3 at the dollar store, and you put in a print that costs 2 pennies. It's a game changer. It changes a room. It changes the way the house feels. And now, when you don't have to worry about the price, and it's so easy, and again, the quality is so darn high. You're gonna see here, probably in about 10, 20 seconds, we'll take a shot as the next photo starts to come out. The quality is just out of this world.
So the price of our bundle is $460. It's a really, really premium package. We're down to $199. We believe it's the best price in America.
100%.
We believe it's the best value in America.
100%.
By far, it's the most advanced model we've ever done as well, and the savings are real. Now again, we're doing something that's not usual. This today's special was last week. They've given us an encore for today. It ends at midnight tonight, so the price will go back up to that regular value, which is still good at about $300. It's quick, it's efficient, the quality is there to behold. It's a photocopier, it's a scanner, it's a printer, it's for school, it's for college, it's for everyday printing, and it's there to save us an absolute fortune. We said the same thing last week, and we say it every time we do this. When you understand the numbers, it's hard to say no. Because most people look at this and say, it's a $199 printer. I can get a printer for $70.
Sure.
You can.
Sure.
But that's the problem.
And it'll cost you $800 over the next 2 years.
Right.
Sorry, I beat you to it. I know you were
got the
leading there.
punchline.
But it's so important to realize because it's the cost of ownership. It's like, what if I could give you a car and say, but you're not going to have to fill it up for gas for 8,000 miles.
Right.
You'd go, oh.
Now I'm interested.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the way we do things because it makes so much more sense. And then, of course, at HSN, they give you FlexPay and all that, so they make it so darn much easier. Go ahead. I'm going to talk about HP in a minute, but I want Adam to update you guys first.
Well, no, because Aaron, you and I last week, we had 45-minute airings.
We've got 15 minutes.
There's no time.
We can barely say our names.
Could barely spill something down our jackets.
So embarrassing.
The thing is, to understand the numbers is to really understand the value. So I want to be as transparent as possible and as clear as possible. I want to exceed your expectations. I don't want you to be disappointed. So the reason why this sold in the thousands is because we're including 2 years of ink, but you must understand Every home and every family is different. It might just be you at home. You might have 5 children at home, all at school doing projects. We're basing 2 years of ink on you printing out 250 pages per month. So this is where I need you at home to tell me, are you printing out this many pages every single month?
I'm going to interrupt you. I have to interrupt you. So we said 250, right?
Yeah.
Well, how many do you think, and we know this from some HP research, and the numbers can vary, but the average household in America, how many prints per month would you think they do?
The average household?
Yeah.
75.
It's between 50 or exactly between 50 and 100. So if you printed 100 pages per month,
Go on.
okay, think about this, right? Because you get 6,000 to 8,000 prints just with the ink that we've included that comes along with it. Oh, and before I forget, when you need to buy a new ink bottle in 6 years and 7 years, these cost $17.99.
Right.
So it's not like you're spending $80 on it. Just when it's half the price of an ink cartridge
Right.
for an ink bottle, and you only fill the ink you need. So maybe you're out of yellow, but you might have 3 years worth of magenta left. Anyway, average house uses between 50 and 100 pages per month. So that's between 5 and 10 years of printing just with the ink we're including. There is one caveat. Adam has described it beautifully, but it's worth mentioning again. You've got, what, 2 hours left to enjoy it.
And again, you know, not to kind of railroad the presentation, because I'd never do that, would I, Aaron?
No, never. Never has, except that, well, there was yesterday. Anyway, go ahead, please.
When you understand the sheer magnitude of the value, it's really hard to say no. If you print 50 pages a month, the ink that we're including will last you a decade. It will last you 10 years. If you print 100 pages a month, the ink that we're including will last you 5 years. When you look at that, now you can't ignore the value. So I want to thank Lisa and Jamie and the electronics team for allowing me to do this. I have my Smart Tank printer. I upgraded to a Smart Tank about 7 or 8 months ago, so I'm all in with this. But the biggest thing that I have found talking to people is sheer confusion. They don't understand it, rightly so, how this could be the case, because I've spent my entire life buying ink cartridges. Not anymore, you won't. Not anymore, you won't. You'll never have to go out on a Sunday night looking for an ink cartridge in the local drugstore. You'll never need to do it again. That's the difference with the Smart Tank. Now, Aaron, one may ask you, well, is this a messy business, filling it up with ink, doing it myself?
Here's how good I feel about it.
I feel nothing.
There's no, this is a full ink bottle. No, over Adam, not over me.
Nothing.
Let me explain to you how simple, because you're right, people think, okay, it all sounds good, but I don't need another craft project in my life to go through it. Well, you don't have to have another craft project in your life when you go through it. We're going to show you right now. This is how simple it is, check it out, to fill your ink tank. So first thing, the ink bottle, as you just saw, is sealed. You can't open it up and accidentally spill it all over your rug. You're in good, you simply don't have to worry about that. We're looking at the color side. So on one side you do color, on the other side you do black ink. So you see there, I'm showing you what I was just showing you with Adam as a model. Said, yeah, anyway.
Said loosely.
I thought there were so many things in that. I thought, no, just let it go. Look, and then you just take the ink, you pop it into the tank. That's why it's called a smart tank, because you very smartly and very easily fill the tanks. It'll take about 15 seconds. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm popping a second one here just to show you. You could do 2 at a time. Yeah. But you see it filling there? You see, that's how it fills. And this is really, really cool. You can't overfill it. First of all, we send you a bottle that fills it exactly. Even if it were a bigger bottle or you bought a second bottle or topped it or whatever, it won't let you overfill it. It won't spill. It can't make a mess, basically. Yes. And then once the color is filled, you remove the bottle, you cap the bottle, and then you can recycle the bottle, and that's that.
So that might be something I only do once every 5 years.
Probably. I will tell you this. I have a Smart Tank printer at my house. I am an average print user. I have a little boy, as you know. He started kindergarten a week ago, so I print out a lot of pictures of Max and that kind of stuff. If I didn't have to fill these tanks for work as a demonstration, I wouldn't know how to do it. Honest to God, because I did 3.5 years ago was the last time I did it at my house. I'm not a third of the way through all of the ink that's in those tanks. Now, speaking of which, I'm just showing you here, by the way, you get 2 print heads that, again, never have to be replaced. This isn't like the combo ink and print head where you have to replace them, so that's so nice as well. If you do have any, so you'll get it home. It's so simple to set up. It's just so easy. But if you have any questions, this is really key. And this is something we have only done for this because it's a today's special. We're including a year of something called HP Smart Friend. And we have a little video we'll show you about it right now. What is HP Smart Friend? HP Smart Friend is your friend in the tech business. So for example, this isn't just a printer. This is a printer, this is a copier, this is a fax machine. Did you know that? Do you know how to send when's the last time you sent a fax? Right. You can send an e-fax using the internet, or you can even plug in a landline if you want to send a landline fax with this. Any question you have, whether maybe it's about filling the ink, whatever question you might have, we are there to answer it. We are a friend that will never dodge your calls, your big questions, your medium questions, your tiny little silly questions you'd be embarrassed to ask anyone else. We're not gonna ask you for a credit card number. We're not gonna, it is included. Now this is a service that we at HP sell other places for over $200. I think $239 is our, and then again, retail prices can vary. That's our approximate. We exclusively bring this to HSN because we are the #1 selling brand, HP at HSN, and when we bring a Today Special, we don't fool around. Frankly, HSN wouldn't take it from us. They say, look, we give you guys a lot of airtime. We have a great business. You sell millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of incredible product here, but we want the absolute best for our customer. So not only do we include the best price we've ever done on a smart tank with an auto document feeder, never done that as a Today Special, with a, look at this guys, there's a touch screen on the front, so whether you're doing a copy, or a scan, or a fax. You don't even have to use your phone. Now this, of course, you can, one of the really nice things about this is you can scan and you can copy and all of that right from your smartphone. You can print right from your smartphone now. You don't have to send it to your computer first. It's universally compatible with all the different formats. So maybe you use a Windows computer. Maybe your husband uses a Mac. Maybe one of your kids uses an iPhone. Somebody uses an Android. Everyone can print to the same printer. You will love the feature I'm showing you right now, the auto dock feeder, usually found in very expensive printers, frankly, much more expensive than this. Means you can put up to 35 pages at a time in here. You see how quick it just processes through all of that for you. It does all of the scanning for you and then either prints or faxes or scans or whatever. I'll just, while that's happening, I'll move over to Adam's unit just for a sec to show you. Also, there's a full flatbed scanner, and that's nice, especially if you need to scan books sometimes, you have kids in school, that kind of thing. So, jewelry, a lot of times for insurance purposes. Great point. People want to have scans of other things that they own, jewelry and those sort of things. You can scan multi-dimensional objects, and you can also scan, of course, flat objects even more quickly using the auto dock feeder.
It's a true all-in-one. I mean, it does all the things you would want, that you need at home or for work or for college. It does all of it. Fax, scan, photocopy, print, great quality. There's 5 or 6 minutes left. I mean, Aaron, as always, does an amazing job. He's gotten out all the features that you need to know. It's important. The reality is it's $199. That's really a price tag of $460. The value that we've got today is unheard of. We are including enough ink to last you. We believe at least 2 years based on 250 pages a month, up to 10 years of ink. If you print 50 pages a month, the ink that we are including will last you 50, sorry, we'll last you 50 years, that'd be amazing. We'll last you 10 years.
It just got better. 10 months go crazy. I don't think anybody will need this printer in 50 years. I think, frankly, technology will move forward as it does, and we'll be ready for something else.
You say that, but Aaron, let's just go to this for a second, because when we say ink cartridges, this is what I think of, obviously, and this is the equivalent of just one bottle
of one bottle. If you paid $30 for every cartridge on this board, which would be about right, frankly, you'd spend $900 for the ink cartridge, for the ink, just in one bottle. We include 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 bottles. So we really should have 120 ink cartridges out here. If you spend $30 on 120 ink cartridges, you'd be at $3,600. It's extraordinary. And so I joke about technology changing, but the truth is, 2.5 years ago, I was buying ink cartridges. I was paying that for ink, and many of you are now. And when it's Sunday night and your kids knock on your door at 9 o'clock and say, "Hey mom, we're out of ink." You're like, "Oh, now I've got to go find the 24-hour drugstore. I better have 60 or 80 bucks in my pocket." You don't have to worry about that. Again, just the ink we include is 6,000 black and white pages, 1,000 color pages. It's going to get you through a couple school years, you know, to be very conservative.
I mean, Aaron, you've got to agree that because you sell a lot of great products, you really must enjoy talking about this.
There's a lot to talk about, which I enjoy, and frankly, I'll save you so much money. And everybody, I have a household just like you, have a household budget just like you. The savings, and especially not compromising on the quality. This is the print that literally just came out of the printer. I've printed this same print several times. When you can print, like you can do your own artwork. You know, you want to change up the way your house looks, your living room. With all of the AI stuff that's online now, getting the most beautiful prints of any style, the most beautiful image, I should say, and then that you can not only save a ton of money, and I am glad about that. I really believe, genuinely believe, everyone who buys this printer from us tonight will probably save a couple $100 in ink prices and ink costs over the next couple of years. But I also know you're going to have a product that is of the absolute utmost highest quality. HP is the #1 inkjet printer company in the world, and I'm going to tell you, this is the nicest by far printer. I've been selling HP at HSN for 15 years. I've been at the network 18. This is the nicest printer I've ever sold.
So there's a couple things. You made so many wonderful points. First thing is, we live in a world full of gimmicks. There's always big promises made, and sometimes, many times, we're a little disappointed. And that's why it is so paramount to me that I am clear with you that there is no gimmick here. $199 is the price. The real price should be $459. At $199, you're getting enough ink to last you 2 years. That is if you print 250 pages a month. There's not many of us that are printing this amount every single month. One month I might print a couple, the next month a couple more. If you print 100 pages a month, right, which is maybe about this, the ink that we're including will last you 5 years. If you print 50 pages a month, which is what most people do, the ink's gonna last you a decade. The ink that we include will last 10 years. So, we've had the opportunity to do an encore. Aaron is not back with this. He's not back tomorrow or the next day or the next day. The pricing is expiring today, right now, tonight at midnight. This was a second chance that we were given to be able to present it. 6,000 have been spoken for and reserved. Best deal in America, best value in America. We don't want to spend money on something we don't want to spend money on. Ink, that board of ink over there, that is not, come with me again. I'm so sorry. Guys, just go over with me for just a second. Aaron, join me. Sure. This is $900 of cartridges. You get 4 times this in the bundle, equivalent. So over $3,000 of ink is included. You'll never buy a cartridge again. And instead of buying at $30 each, and we're being, I believe, conservative, you're getting the ink that is there, convenient and easy. Anybody can do it. It just makes sense.
And a little caveat, when you do have to go buy a bottle of ink, as of today, I mean, 5 years from now, who knows, right? Because you're not going to have to buy ink for so long. It won't change much. You know how much this bottle of ink costs? $17.99. So half the price of buying an ink cartridge for the whole, for buying 30 ink cartridges worth of ink.
But Aaron, you understand respectfully that there's a lot of folks at home that will simply be very skeptical about this.
I am a skeptic, so I get that.
It's a lot to take in.
Here's what you get to do though, with Adam can speak to the money back guarantee better than I can, but get it home, try it, put the ink in the smart tank. It's very, very simple to do. See the quality of prints for yourself, and you can watch the ink level go down. You won't see it go down. You'll have to print 1,000 prints before you see the ink level go down. I mean, you can see and I have printed an entire day's worth of today's specials. I've probably printed darn near 1,000 prints, and you can see the blue, just the tiniest bit of blue is gone there. You can see for yourself how little ink it uses and how much